So right here, you're seeing microstakes Doug Polk. And I was being told that he called himself microstakes, so if he wins, he can say that Daniel Negreanu cannot beat microstakes. And D-Negs is in fact his opponent, Daniel. So let's see what they're all about. Daniel raises on the button at 200, 400. So Doug 3-bets to a little bit over 10 big blinds, which is absolutely fine. So, I mean, they're $50,000 deep, so this is going to be a huge pot, I would imagine. Daniel ends up going for the 4-bet here. Since Doug 3-bets very aggressively, you can still 4-bet somewhat aggressively here. So I like the idea by Daniel, obviously assuming that his hand makes any sense. And his sizing is all right as well. So far, so good. Doug is going to be doing a bit of everything here. He's going to 3-bet some weak stuff, like, 10-9 offsuit that he's definitely going to have to fold. He's going to have some good calling hands, like, for instance, Jack-10 suited. And he's going to have some shoving hands, like, for instance, Ace-King. King-10-5 is a favorable board for Daniel. I would imagine that if Doug Polk had Ace-King, he would shove pre-flop. If he had 10s, he may call. If he had King-10, he may call, suited at least. But this board is definitely better for Daniel than it is for Doug. So I'm expecting very aggressive C-bets by Daniel. I mean, Doug is going to hit this board all right. He's going to have hands like King-Queen suited, King-Jack suited, King-10 suited, hands like 10x and 10x plus hearts and some random heart draws. Very nice play by Daniel, betting around 20% pot. Very clever play. And he gets to make these small, high-frequency bets because he is doing so well. This 9 of hearts changes everything. I mean, the flush gets there, the straight gets there. If Doug has a hand like Jacks plus heart or a hand like Ace-Queen plus heart, he now has picked up some equity. I don't think Doug is the type of player to lead here. I'm also not sure that he should lead. I would be very surprised if Doug led. But who knows? I've been wrong before. And somehow I'm wrong on the first hand of the video. He actually does lead. Okay. So Doug is probably saying, hey, I'm more likely to have a flush. I'm more likely to have a straight, even though you're more likely to have an overpair. This never was part of Doug's game as far as I was aware, so he must have introduced this in the last few months. Okay. It's not a bad play by any means. In fact, it can be a really good play. And Daniel ends up calling. River's a 5, which shouldn't really do anything to this hand. I guess Daniel can have Ace-5 offsuit. In case you guys saw the video from last week, Daniel actually 4-bet Ace-5 offsuit heads up. So maybe he has Ace-5 offsuit with a heart, but let's be realistic. I don't think he really improves on this 5 very often. It would have to be exactly Ace-5 with the Ace of hearts. And so I imagine that Doug is going to shove if he does bet. The question is, what is he bluffing with? And that is a legitimate question because it's not easy to find bluffs here. Maybe Doug takes a hand like Ace-Jack of spades, 3-bets pre-flop, calls a 4-bet, calling flop, all makes sense. And then he thinks, well, this card is really good for me. I'm going to turn my hand into a bluff. Or even a hand like Ace-Queen with a heart. Wow, okay. Wow, sick. What a cooler. Okay, so let's talk about this hand. Actually, this is a really cool one. Okay, so Daniel opens pre-flop, good. Doug 3-bets, that's the only option. Daniel 4-bets, that's actually a fine play. This hand is never a fold, so you can do both calling and 4-betting, and I think 4-betting sometimes is fine. So I like that. Daniel C-bets a flop, which I'm absolutely fine with. I don't know if Daniel's the type to have range bets. I'm not sure if he understands that concept. I guess he does. There's a good chance he range bets this, or at least close to it. Fine. And then on the turn, he's probably thinking, once he gets let into, hey, I don't have an enormous amount of flushes. I'm often just going to have a hand like, Ace-King here with a heart, which wants to call. I'm going to call this hand as well and be deceptive. So I like his call. And on the river, yeah, there's no way he can fold. I mean, Doug could be shoving with the same hand. He could have a hand like Ace-Queen as a bluff. So there's no way he can fold. I'll give him a 10. I'll give him a 10. I like it. I like the way he played his hand. Maybe the sizes could have been a tiny bit different, but I'm not sure it really, could have been much better. So I'll give him a 10. I thought his play was great. Doug's 3-bet and calling against a 4-bet are great. But post-flop, it's a little bit more dicey. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. I think his play is very clever. However, I would be very surprised if he played this strategy of donking turns well. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that this is a good strategy. but I'm not quite sure Doug is executing as well. But that's just a guess. It's hard to say. Obviously, he has a hand which he could very well shove. So really nice start. What do you think of this one, guys? Back to another hand. Micro Stakes, aka Doug Polk, open raises. Before it was 916, now it's 948. Doug is really going full hipster today. Maybe because Daniel's a little bit deeper. Daniel goes for an almost 11 big blind 3-bet. Seems fine. And the man with the America flag calls. 4 bets. Okay, almost. Pretty large sizing here. I mean, they are about 64k deep, so it makes sense for Doug to increase his sizing a little bit. Daniel's not getting the greatest price here, but then again, they are a little bit deeper. And that is a really good flop for Doug. Obviously, he's going to have aces here every time. He may even bluff 4-bet a hand like ace-8 offsuit or even ace-8, ace-4 suited. He's going to have hands like ace-king and maybe ace-queen suited. A hand like kings is obviously not loving this board, but it's still not terrible. So I'm expecting a lot of small bets here. Definitely under 10k, but somewhere more in like this 6k range, I would imagine. 5k it is. Close enough. Let's see if Daniel check raises here. Would be a cool play. Daniel does not. Obviously, again, a great card. I mean, it doesn't really change too much. I mean, Doug is even more happy now if he has a hand like ace-king. It does make aces less likely, of course. It makes ace-king less likely because there's one less ace out there. But then again, you're pretty happy here. If Doug were to bet, I'm expecting a pretty small bet. I mean, the board is so dry. You just want to charge something like a mid-pair if you have a good ace. You want to charge like a flush draw, combo draw. Makes sense. Good bet by Doug. And if Daniel has an ace, he definitely cannot fold right now. Maybe he can find the fold. Damn. Maybe he can find the fold on the river, but definitely not now. I mean, it's even possible that Doug is making some type of thin value bet with a hand like jacks or queens. 4 definitely changes things a little bit. I could see Daniel maybe making a stubborn call with a hand like 5-4 suited, but more relevant than that is the flush, right? I mean, I could definitely see Daniel having a hand like king, queen of spades to call the turn with. But then, it's like the best worst card. Yes, you improve to your flush, but if Doug is an ace, he still beats you. I'm expecting a shove by Doug if he does bet. I don't see Doug betting a hand like queens here for value, so he's shoving an ace or better. Can he shove with a flush? It's kind of tough, right? I mean, you have the best hand a decent amount, but what are you getting called by? And I don't really see Doug having a 4 here very often. So yeah, he's shoving an ace or nothing. Wow. Okay. Really nice hand. Okay, so Doug ends up 4-betting the queen jack offsuit, so they must have seen some type of chart where queen jack loves to be 4-bet, and he actually triples here, thinking, well, I block a flush, which Daniel may somehow call with king jack of spades. Primarily, I block ace queen, so it's just more likely that Daniel made some kind of stubborn call with hand like pocket tens or jacks on the turn. So Doug bluffed this one through. It's quite aggressive, but then again, I think it's it shows good heart, right? Doug doesn't have a whole lot of bluffs anymore. He has a lot of value bets, so it's a strong play. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Daniel 3-bet, called a 4-bet, strong play. He definitely could have check raised the flop, but other than that, definitely no way to fold. So I'll give Daniel a 9 out of 10 as well. Yeah, nice play. Nice play by both guys, and a lot of heart shown by Doug for sure. Obviously, Doug is very unhappy bluffing here, but then again, he doesn't think he can show down here and ever win. So, but then again, he blocks a hand like ace jack and ace queen very well, and even a hand like king jack of spades. Can you show us pre-flop strategy heads up cash? Open 3-bet for building a strategy. That's funny. That video was finished a few days ago. So yeah, there's going to be, so for the lab, there's going to be a 2-part video. One, the first part of the video. In the first part of the video, I talk about pre-flop fundamentals, heads up. To be fair, I only spend like 5 to 10 minutes on it. So we talk about some pre-flop stuff, and then we get the heads up hand histories, and we talk about stuff more in depth. And then there's a second part, which I have not recorded yet, in which I review the same hands in Pile Solver and see how I did. All right, guys and girls, that has been it for me. What do you think about these hands? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on future episodes.
Also, make sure to grab my brand new free training series that would help you make more money playing poker without studying more before it expires. You will find the link in the description down below. See you next time, and thanks for watching.